Our church is a church of tradition. Everything we do is part of the tradition that's handed down from the time of St. Paul. So now we're celebrating the Last Supper, which he described, and he said, it was handed on to me, he said, and I'm handing it on to you. That's what he said to the first Gentiles and Christians that he brought into the church. And so that's handed on to us. So the Eucharist is the heart of our faith, the heart of our tradition, where we reenact what Jesus did at the Last Supper. And that makes sense of our life, that someone has come to teach us how to serve one another in the washing of the feet, and then to be nourished by his own body and blood. This is my body given for you. Now all our bodies, they're getting old and they're getting creaky at times, and even if we're young, things go wrong with your body, but God's given you the body, and that's where your spirit is. And that day, one body will fall apart and your spirit will be liberated. But at the moment, it's part of the whole complex of you. And so, this is my body, he's saying, this is me offering myself to you. And this we say, that just by sitting here, you are offering yourself through Christ to the Father. That makes point of your life, what you're about. You're on a journey to God, and he's with you always. And from time to time, you gather as we do, and offer ourselves. This is my blood, he said, to be spilled for you. And the blood, of course, is the blood that we heard in the first reading. The blood that was put on the doorpost to save Israel. And it was an image, of course, what was to come. Christ's blood would be put on the cross. And it was to save us. Because we're all on this general exodus. The centre act for the Jewish religion is called the Exodus, where they have shaved from the Egyptians and moved to freedom. So we're on the move too. And our exodus is your daily life. Every day you get up and you follow the exodus. I'm moving on. You're not staying put. And all the time Christ is there freeing us and liberating us from his by his Spirit. So today we are following the tradition we've heard in the Gospel, washing the feet of his disciples. Washing it as a sign of service for one another. And that's the whole secret of life, is to be able to get on with others, to serve them in your own quiet way, not dramatically. There's been a sounding place for them, a source of comfort for them, an uplift in the journey of life. And if all our politicians could get that message of serving their communities, talking to people from India today, and said, oh, we've got people, but they're so corrupt. They only serve themselves. And even in our society, there are many people like that. But the message of Christ is clear. Wash one another's feet, in other words, symbolically, care for them. And do you put yourself out for them? Give your body for them. If your own blood, I don't mean shed your blood, but your blood is the sacrifice that you make, the hurt that you have to go through, the energy you expend. That's giving your blood. So today we just ask for a deeper faith, a greater appreciation of the gift of the Eucharist, and that we ask God to strengthen us in our relationships, to be people of service and love, and strengthen us by his coming to us again in the great gift of the Eucharist.